We're getting spooky on this episode of The Rundown.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this spooky episode of the Rundown podcast. We've got some friends here together, and we're all going to go ahead and just go over our top 10 list of horror movies. As always, the musician Quell and the streamer Evan. How do y'all feel? Does everybody feel pretty confident in their list going forward?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've changed it like 6 times. It's fine.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. It's all right. I can rock with it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it.
Okay. Well, with no further ado, let's jump into it.
All right.
I think so. Quell, go first.
Bet.
What's your number 10?
10?
So I think the way we're gonna do this is 10-1. Everybody's number 1, and then we can argue later.
Oh, good.
All right.
I didn't rank mine at all.
Okay, well, if you want to rank it, you can. But go ahead, Mr. Quell.
Yeah, I'm no particular order, but kind of particular order.
It's particular.
Paranormal Activity 3.
Hold on real quick. Which one was that one about? I've seen them all, so I get them kind of jumped
That
up.
was the one when they went back in the G and like they was on like the big ass video cameras and they set up that one camera on the fan so it went back and forth.
All right, he said back,
Yeah, I
back in
mean-
the G. What is it in white person terms?
That was
Back in the
Back in the day.
40 and
Was that the one
back
where
in
they walked into that one room and there was
The
like a bunch
kitchen?
of old women?
No.
Like in the basement or something like that?
that was 4.
That was 4. Okay.
Was it the one where like
that
all
was the
the
one with,
stuff
like-
was on the kitchen ceiling and it fell from the ceiling?
I think so.
I think okay, that one was actually
Was that
really
the
fucking
one
good.
when the sisters that it's about were kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep.
Okay.
That was
The
it.
fourth one is like the random family.
That was
with
the
like the teen
Yeah,
daughter.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
like the Chicano dudes and they was like in an apartment and one of them and Oscar. Yeah. That was 4.
I thought that was 5.
Oh shit, that might have been 5.
Yeah, there was paranormal.
Yeah,
Because that
the
was like a
5
very
was the
specific.
marked
ones.
Yeah, it was like,
so
yeah.
4 was like the
4,
one
yeah.
with the
with the Xbox Connect and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 4.
yeah.
My fault.
That's a solid one, though.
Yeah, no, it is solid. I'm ready for another Paranormal Activity if they stay
They
within
already
the same.
talking about it.
They are awesome.
Good.
Go ahead, Mr. Evan. What you think?
Okay, if I'm
Number
trying
10.
to break this list down
Do,
into,
do, do.
all right, we'll go number 10. We'll roll in with VHS.
Really?
Fantastic
Really?
movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
It was good. That, like even the subsequent ones that they
Yeah.
did within that series, like they wasn't awful.
I was a huge fan of it. I saw the trailer at one point and I wanted to see it for the longest time. And when I finally saw it, I wasn't upset about it.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the second one?
I did not.
So do you know kind of the
I
premise?
heard it wasn't as good as the first one, so I was like, I'm gonna just keep liking this and just only stick with the first one.
It wasn't, but do you kind of know the premise on how that movie like became a movie?
I don't.
So
I
what actually it was actually taught by a college professor in an arts class, and he challenged all of his students to make a movie. That was their grade. Make a movie. I'm gonna grade you on it and see how well you do. Well, all the ones that did exceptionally great, he put it into and made an actual movie.
No, he montaged his
Right,
students?
exactly. And I mean, they all got credit for it, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's what he did. So I thought it was actually kind of super
that's
cool.
kinda cool.
That's fine.
Okay, so I guess it's my turn. So I'm gonna start off pretty strong here on this one. Actually, not too recent, or it's actually a little recent. Hereditary.
That one's creepy, from what I hear. I haven't seen it.
Hereditary was it has a very big plot twist in it. But if you don't like decapitation, I would say please
I
stay
thought
away.
It started out really good, and then it just went in like you think it's going in one direction, and then it just kind of turns, like takes a hard left turn. And like, not that it wasn't bad, it just wasn't the direction I thought it was going to go in, and I kind of felt underwhelmed after that.
The ending is not what I expected it to be at all.
It wasn't a bad movie by
No,
any means.
uh-uh.
But it just, I don't know. I was kind of let down, I think.
So do you remember the scene where the guy like demon slammed his face onto the table?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fun fact about that movie is he actually offered to break his own nose for that scene.
No shit. I love that guy. That's
Yep.
great. I love that.
Alex something. I can't remember the guy's last name, but yeah.
You're talking about the brother?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he actually offered to break his own nose for that scene.
That's crazy. That's kind
Yeah,
of cool.
he didn't want he didn't want the stunt guy to come in, so he's like, no, I'll do it.
That's crazy.
All right, Mr. Jeff.
Going back many moons ago
Back in the G.
to a movie that actually kind of traumatized me for like a little bit when I was a kid. Child's Play.
I loved that movie as a kid.
Yeah, it was
Traumatized you?
yeah.
Oh,
Really?
you wait till my number one.
Yeah, you wait till my number one. Shit.
Oh boy, pissing contest.
And I got
No,
a widestream, buddy.
It splits in two different directions.
Only in the mornings.
Yeah. You want to explain why?
Yeah. So it was basically like if you look at the concept, it was a child's doll that comes to life, gets possessed by a demon, comes to life, and goes on a murdering spree. So I was living in an apartment with my mom at the time, and I had a closet with a bucket full of toys.
Oh.
So if you can just imagine
all them
little shits come, it was like it was because it was a dark closet. It was a bucket full of toys. I had just seen the movie, so it was like, bro, that closet stayed closed for months.
Shit.
I only played with the toys that like I knew wouldn't be able to come to life for the most part, and
or the ones that you can fight, like all the toys that you can beat in a fight.
Yeah, like I had a little Optimus Prime that was about that tall, and I was like, he's good.
Yeah.
I'll just kick him. But yeah,
Sizing up the toys before bed.
Now, I want y'all to keep in mind with what Jeff said, because, for my number one, I don't want y'all picking on me.
Oh, his number one, Small Soldiers. Okay.
Oh, hey, Small Soldiers.
Yeah, I actually have a couple movies that fucked me up as a kid, but they're like not on my list at all.
Yeah, kind of.
That's because you're a fucking psychopath.
But I want to go back to what you said
I love you.
about fucking them up. That doesn't happen enough in scary movies.
What do you mean?
They run, they scream, and they die. There are not enough scary. So many people nowadays will just turn around and jaw somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the example of when they don't run and they do fight, the end result is the same. It's just they get more thrill out of the trip over 100 shit. And then think about it. Never mind. I ain't
Like
spoil because it might be on somebody's list, like the specific one. But anytime they like, I'm gonna fight the killer, and this happened to me. I was in the theater. Never mind.
Did y'all ever see that movie, See No Evil, with Glenn Jacobs?
Yeah.
No, it was Kane at the time.
Well,
Kane,
his
yes.
name is Kane, but we
Yeah,
know.
yeah, no, now he's the
but the
governor
name
of
that he put on
Kentucky.
acting stuff is Glenn Jacobs. We know who the Big Red Machine is, don't?
I mean, look at the.
Put
It was
some
like
respect
wasn't
on
it
it.
like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake? Jessica Biel running through the woods in a fucking white T-shirt.
Flames.
Which is like the best part of the movie.
You're right.
Shit.
All right, Mr. Quill.
We just did a whole
back to me?
Kane intro and you missed it.
This might be controversial.
Here we go.
My favorite.
Final Destination 2.
Sold, dude. And I know exactly
Highway?
why. Yeah,
Highway.
Highway.
Highway is actually my third.
No,
that's the one.
Yeah, the highway.
that's
the
what I'm
highway
saying.
scene.
Because
the-
you
the
have
log
one,
truck.
which is the plane, 2 is the highway, and 3 is the
Yes.
roller coaster.
Yeah, you got it. But the reason why I picked Final Destination 2 is 3 kills in that thing that like shook me. Was one when the dude was just standing there chilling, just doing nothing, and then the barbed wire fence just came through and just scissored cuz.
Scissor kick.
Because I wasn't ready. I was just like, oh, wow, that guy looks kind of cool. He probably smoked Marlboro Lights. Sing, 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 sing. I was like, oh, he gone. The second one was when lady was getting Jaws the life out the car. Because she was stuck in the car, and then she was bitching at the fireman like, can you quiet down with that shit? Because dumbass tried to talk on the phone while they Jaws are lifing. And then dude was like, yeah, I'll just put it on quiet mode. And he said, ka, 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 ka. And that airbag sent her ass back, sent her ass home to the upper room. Yeah, man, that shit. And then, the last one was the log when on the
log
road. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. That shit was tight. Love Final Destination too.
Nice. All right, Mr. Evan, number 9.
I'm gonna say the Babadook.
Good. Oh.
That is a good movie. I liked it.
I liked it because after watching it, I didn't feel like I had watched another scary movie that I've seen 1,000 times. I actually felt like it was something different, and it was.
I agree. I don't think the movie was so scary, but it was good storytelling.
Yeah.
Did you have something you wanted to
I hadn't seen it.
No? Okay.
I think it's on Netflix.
It's like a storybook thing, right? And like the character comes
Who
to
the
life.
fuck reads that storybook to their kid?
Though I like their
not too late.
take on the
Not
Babadook
too
too,
Yeah,
like
right.
how they didn't banish it and how it just became a part of their just existence. That shit was brilliant.
Oh wow.
What they did with. Oh my bad. Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
I mean, I'll watch it one day. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I feel like we're all gonna have things on our list that like another person.
Yeah, I'm gonna
hasn't
start a
seen.
list.
And,
of
and
shit
that's
I
the
should
thing,
watch.
and before I continue, is a lot of these things, there aren't necessarily scary, but they, created something during their times of release, or they were just good entertainment, or it further progressed something in movie culture nowadays that has stuck around for a long time. So, with that being said, number 9 for me would have to be the first Saw.
Fuck.
9? That's kind of like way back for. I would put that's hot. That's low for 9 for Saw. That shit heavy.
It was. It took a lot of, dwindling and moving these around, so they're just in order.
Yo, I'm scared of his number 4. I'm gonna be scared when he hit number 4, bro.
Shit, man. His number 1's gonna make me lose sleep, and I ain't even probably seen the movie.
What?
Actually, it's number 2. I thought it was my number 1, but no, number 1 is for a completely different reason. But no, it's actually my number 2. So yeah, and a little fun fact about that is if you watch all the movies from the Saw movie franchise in order, it totals out to a time of 666 minutes.
That's corny.
I wonder if that was planned out ahead of time or it's just coincidence.
I think
Definitely
it's
planned out.
If it wasn't planned out, I think it was something that they found out like middle of the way
Yeah, and
through.
then just
and they're like, okay,
skewed the
now we're
time.
gonna
Yeah.
scoot around it. Yeah,
I'd be like, you don't get any credit for that. You suck.
Oh, they was on the editor's ass. Like, we ain't putting that in. No, we're not.
cut that shit.
I like the scene, but we got to keep the time.
Yeah,
so
put it in the
cut
special features.
The director's
Yeah,
cut.
special Blu-ray or whatever.
All right, what you got for us, man?
Mine's actually it's weird because it started out earlier and then they remade it, but I appreciated the remake a lot more. Halloween by Rob Zombie.
What,
And I'm
what
gonna
year
tell
was
you,
this?
2007
Okay,
Nah, the first one?
ish.
Yeah.
I
Rob
think.
Zombie, yeah.
Because that was like I always liked Rob Zombie as a kid. I always listened to his music, and to watch him like come in as a director for a horror movie for a genre he's passionate about. Because I mean, if you look at all his other movies, he's got 1,000 Corpses,
That other shit was trash.
3 to Hell,
House of
Devil's
1,000
Rejects.
Corpse, right?
That's what it's called.
yeah, Devil's Rejects, House of 1,000 Corpses, 3 from Hell.
No.
Um,
I mean, he's a good director. I mean, I think he's a
Lords of
fantastic.
Salem.
yeah, Lord of
That's
Salem.
another good one. Yep.
And it was just really cool too because like it gave backstory to Michael Myers, like what made him like that
Mhm.
way.
Backstory is everything.
Yeah, and I've said this tons of times. Like I love seeing why someone is the way they are,
Yes,
or why something
100%.
is happening from what happened
Mhm.
before.
Which is what pisses me off about the Jeepers Creepers movies.
About the what?
Jeepers
Jeepers
Creepers
Creepers.
movies.
Yeah,
Oh,
You
yeah.
have these movies of him, but you don't have a movie of like going back and like how it is.
Explaining why.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
but so yeah, that's cool. And it's a classic. I mean, it's not too much different than the originals. I mean, it's he's still going after a girl, and that's his sister. I don't know if it's the same. Is it still Lori in the new ones? I can't remember.
Yeah. No, it was Lori in the in the new one or the
Yeah,
Rob Zombie one?
The Rob Zombie one.
No, it was Lori.
Okay.
Because she was the baby whenever Kid Michael Myers like
Went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my number 9.
All right, number 8.
but Tales from the Hood.
God,
With
it was either that or
Snoop
Vampire
Dogg.
Brothers.
I told you.
I
it
knew
was
it.
on the way, bro. Yeah, Tales from the Hood. That shit lit and is actually pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, that shit's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Was a Leprechaun? There's one where he goes
Leprechaun and
Leprechaun.
Yeah.
in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the
I love that
Pretty
movie.
sure Jennifer Aniston's in the first Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Fun
man.
fact about Leprechaun.
All right, what you got for us, Mr. Evan? Number 8.
Friday the 13th.
Which one?
The first one.
First one.
Fuck yeah! Well done.
I mean, it's
Good
okay
one.
if we have it on our list. It's just some just ranks higher than the others.
Number 8.
Hmm?
That's my number 8.
All right, this is a code number 8, Friday the 13th. That first one.
But the original
Yeah,
series,
the first
right?
one. I remember I watched it at my aunt and uncle's house. They had it, and
Well,
I loved it.
Since it's a code number 8, you want to go into why for each of you?
Again, to me, backstory, like
Mm-hmm.
why Jason became what he did. I mean, obviously there's like some sort of like spiritual possession of some
Yeah.
sort.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like he was abused by his mom. He fucking drowned, and like her ghost was like convincing him to go kill people, and then he was on fucking X Games mode for the whole time. So like,
Yeah.
He's on X Games mode.
oh shit.
Yeah, I think I just saw it so young that I loved the story. I loved the gore and the brutality of it, and that just kind of stuck with me.
And I already know. I know we're going to jump ahead a little bit, but I already know that we're both going to have this on our list. But and this isn't even a fucking scary movie at all, but like Freddy versus Jason is just
I love that movie. I was in middle school when
It's
that
a
movie came
fun
out.
movie
That
to watch.
is
That is a-
not on my list.
Really?
That
No,
is a-
not Freddy versus Jason, but Freddy. Not even
Freddy as a Freddy.
Nightmare on
When
Elm
I
Street.
made this
Yeah.
list, I did try to come up. I have a lot of scary movies that I like, so I tried to pick some that I didn't think would be shared. Obviously, there's a few that I
Right.
thought might, but I
I mean,
wanted
it's
to try.
unavoidable.
Yeah.
To some degree, but yeah. Well, I didn't know if I assume, but yeah. So what really gravitated you towards the whole Jason Friday the 13th stuff?
So when I saw it, I think it was just the fact that he had a mask and a machete, and it was just awesome. And just I don't know. I've always been a big fan of the gory and the
slasher
brutality,
types.
the slasher.
Titties.
Yeah, the
Titties-
titties. and
titties
the
are
Big
nice.
bikini.
titty
Yep.
in a Jason movie. Like Jason is synonymous with a titty.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Like on some mommy shit. Like I think they put titties in Jason movies just because.
Yeah, it's
some
it's
mommy
more of a
shit.
nurturing
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't watch American Pie for the story.
Facts.
I just watch
You watch it for Captain America?
Yeah.
I just watch it for the one scene.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the content itself, I think, is what drew me in.
Yeah, it's a really cool backstory, man. Like it's just, like I said, the older you get, you start realizing why people do the things that they do. And like it's more not really. No, I'm not saying it's more like it's not really sympathetic. It's just more like empathetic. Like
Right.
like you understand.
Right.
But yeah, so all right, that's our dual 8. What's yours, Michael?
Number 8 for me is going to be Scream.
Not bad.
I watched
one.
that a few weeks ago.
that?
Scream 1.
It's funny. Sarah and I actually watched Scream. We were hanging out with Elise, our tattoo artist.
That was beautiful.
We watched Scream, and then we turned around and watched Scary Movie right after it.
Yeah.
Hello, Sydney.
Why is that
Fun fact.
good?
Do you know who voiced that?
Was it fucking Jeff? Because that shit is on point.
No. Roger something. I can't remember the guy's last name, but he
Roger
also
Moore?
I love
he
Roger
voiced
something.
Hello,
he voiced
Sydney.
Mojo Jojo in the Powerpuff
No
Girls.
fucking way.
Roger L. Jackson. He voiced Mojo in
He
the
did
Powerpuff
the
Girls.
scary movie. Was that? Wow.
No. He did.
Oh,
the
he did the Scream Man.
He did the Scream Man in the Scream movie, and then
Ghostface.
turned around and
Look
did.
at Mojo Jojo getting a check.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I'm
Black
glad, I'm
people out here
glad
hustling.
that Scream was brought up because Matthew Lillard kills that role,
Oh, it's
especially
so
at the
good.
end. Like
And
he
that's-
is phenomenal.
And a lot of movies that I have, number 10 with Hereditary, this would Scream. I love you love the whole backstory and things like that, and I do too. But another good thing that I love is, especially a movie that I get invested in, is a good plot twist. You think it's going one way, and then it
Oh,
makes
yeah.
a fucking U-turn.
Yeah.
To me, a lot of the times, most of the time, those end up being really good movies.
It's actually what kind of makes that whole movie
Right,
at some point.
right.
Yeah.
At some point, right? Exactly.
It's what makes him memorable, at least.
And memorable. I think that's a great way to look at it.
Because like if you're talking to somebody after you've watched, you're like, oh, what about whenever this happened or whatever?
Like,
and they're
didn't see that coming. Yeah, because a
It's
lot
like,
of the times
you're
you
watching
can-
Fight Club and you're like, yo, this movie's dope, and then all that shit goes down, and that just sticks with you. You're like, that shit was absolutely insane.
yeah, and it's like the last 5 minutes of the movie, and it's like,
So good.
what? Like Tyler never existed? You fucking kidding me? Like, dude, I had to watch it like 2 or 3 times to fucking really get it. So that movie's fucking
I was
insane.
so into Fight Club when I watched it. I understood everything. I don't think I've ever been so fixated on a movie. when
It took
I
me
watched
2 watches on Fight Club because
I
I
was
was
so
like,
into it.
Did you
I was
know
like-
there's a Starbucks cup in every single scene in that movie? Every single scene has a Starbucks cup in it.
Fun fact. Number 7.
I don't know if y'all seen this Cannibal Holocaust.
I have not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm intrigued though.
Yes.
It came out in like 1980. I forgot where they filmed it, but it was done by like an Italian director on like some super underground shit, and it's made as like a documentary about a cannibal like tribe, but it's made as a documentary on the people that went to go visit the tribe and then like was dickheads to them, like terrorized them, burned down their huts and shit, and then the cannibal tribe just ate the shit out of them, like killed the shit out of them, and ate their ass, and then all their footage and stuff was like found, and it like showed.
Was it a found
was-
footage film?
Sort of.
Okay.
Yes and no.
Okay.
It's like a fake documentary on some footage that some people found that are in the film. It's buck wild.
Okay.
But, no, but that movie is
And
like,
what'd you say it was called again?
it's called Cannibal Holocaust.
Cannibal
It's
Holocaust.
like banned in over 50 countries last I checked, and like
Oh, I'm
it's
gonna watch it.
I want to watch it now.
Yep.
no, and so like it's banned because like they got actual like real animal killings in the movie. It's fucked up.
I know it's on your fucking list.
It's not on my list. Speaking of banned movies, though, I did look up some banned movies before I went on deployment a long time ago, and I found one called a Serbian film. And
Oh, that's the name of it?
Yeah.
I heard about that shit.
so they have like a
Hold on.
a regular version and then like a not rated version, and I could definitely see why it's banned. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't that guy get like
it's
pretty big
super,
trouble 'cause it looks so
super,
realistic?
super bad.
Yeah.
Like
And
on
I
some
seen
snuff
it
shit?
a lot because I
basically.
saw it and I was like, well, I'm fucked up now, so I need to fuck everyone else up. So I'd make everyone else watch it, and I'd have to sit there and rewatch it with them. So it's bad. Don't look into it.
You need a hug, bro?
I'm not sure if it'll
damn.
help.
Number 7.
Night of the Living Dead.
the original 1950
Yeah.
or 60, whatever one.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's classic.
Big Romero in the
Classic.
house.
Wow.
Classic
Yeah.
movie. Classic. I mean, we've already talked about it, but number 7 on my list is going to be Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just, I have never seen... So, I've never watched the full Nightmare on Elm Street movie all the way through, but I have watched Freddy vs. Jason. Just because that was more comedic to me than it was really
That shit's
horrifying.
so funny, dude. They're doing
It's
like
funny.
they're doing like kung fu against each other in
Right.
the fucking like junkyard.
But if you go back and watch the original ones from way back in the day, like those actually have classic horror to it. And, you know, nobody fucks with my sleep.
Fun fact
Don't
also.
fuck with my sleep.
That was Johnny Depp's first role.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost included that as a fun fact, but I went in a different route, which was the entire movie was shot in 32 days.
Damn.
Oh, also another fun fact. Did you know that Robert Englund has played Freddy in every single
Ever
movie
since.
except
Yeah.
for the remake?
Yeah.
What's that? 8 consecutive or 8?
9.
It's 9. All right, get down.
Yeah. All right.
He's the original like horror Anthony Daniels.
That boy was bitch.
That's cool.
That's why I fucks with Freddy, because he would like call people bitches and shit. Like he would curse you out. He would demoralize you and then
Before he
wait till you
killed
take
you.
a nap. No, we wait till you take a nap. He's like, no, I'm gonna stay up for 9 days. 9 days. Now your ass dead.
I think that's one of the scariest things about it too. Is like they always thought that they were awake and they never were.
That would trip me out when they like, yeah, and he ain't gonna get me. What's this? What happened to my house? Why my house melting? Damn, I'm sleeping. He gonna kill my ass. Nah, it's done.
All right, my number 7 is one that we talked about a minute ago. Jeepers Creepers.
Yep.
One?
Jeepers,
Creepers, where'd you get those peepers?
Trap.
Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those?
DJ Kelly.
Another one. You played yourself.
Another one.
Why?
I thought it was kind of a cool twist on the horror monster genre. Like it was something that was new. Like he was a guy that flew around and ate people.
But it was what? It was how many days?
every 27 years.
Every 27 years. Yep.
Yep.
I've seen 1 and 2. I haven't seen the third one, thankfully. But yeah, no, it's just really cool. It was nice seeing like Justin Long breaking into the acting scene, like he'd done that and Waiting. And it was just a really cool back and forth between like him and his sister. The way he fucking dies is like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the lore. Like I mean, we talk like there's no origin story like depicted, but like the lore of it is pretty cool. It's like every 27 years. Well, why? Like I want to know. Like just the intrigue.
So I'm not gonna recommend the third one only because the third one pisses me off in a standpoint of they act like they're about to start telling you the origin story and then they start having a different conversation. It's like they keep hinting towards like they're going to talk about it and then they don't, and it pissed me off more than anything. But yeah.
Yeah, so I was just about to say, I'll just spoil my list. I got Jeepers Creepers 3 on my list just because they was starting to tell us about it, and then they was like, yeet, no, we're going to do something else.
It's like they hint at it and you think this whole movie leads you up to thinking that they're going to tell you about it, and then you get to the end of it and realize that they don't.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like getting blue balled, man.
Like with no resolve, it was kind of messed up.
Damn.
So was that your number 6?
That was that's higher up, but I ain't sure.
Or, wait, 6? Right, you're on 6 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my number 6 is. Oh, you done? I won't cut you off.
No. Yeah, no. That was it.
Oh, classic Halloween 1.
My wife actually texted me earlier on the way over here and told me that they were watching it together.
Mm-hmm.
That is classic.
Classic John Carpenter. We hear pumpkins all over the damn place.
I don't really feel like, and not that I'm trying to shut anybody down here, but I don't really think there's much you can say about that movie other than, it's a classic. That's what it is. It's a great horror movie.
Jamie Lee Curtis looking like a snack.
I mean,
Breakfast corn dog, but okay, it's a snack to some.
I mean, at least Jimmy Dean maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, she got some spice.
No, she need some other food, a lot of food.
Oh wait, no,
Small.
Jamie Lee Curtis from True Lies. That's the snack.
In that one scene.
That's all you need.
Yeah, the rest of the movie, not so much.
Yeah.
That one scene.
But she's been the Halloween lady for decades.
didn't her daughter star with her in the new Halloween movie?
Probably.
Was that her daughter?
I swear I want to say that's her daughter. I think that's what I heard.
I think it might be actually.
Oh, it was a bunch of white ladies.
So is it? I
You're
mean,
not wrong.
is it just like? I mean, you just enjoy it because like it is that classic. Like it's a go-to for you.
It's like Michael Myers is a character, but only in Halloween's 1 and 2 was he really portrayed as what's called the Shape. I'm talking about like he can be standing there and you don't really know until that shit hit just right, and then boom, he there, or that light kind of swing over and bam, he did like that Shape shit.
Yeah.
That's no other character is like out here like
Out of all the
Shape.
horror
That shit
movies
is
too,
scary.
I think Halloween's got probably the best like scoring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh,
that.
dude,
like
the Halloween theme song.
like
So
yeah,
good.
Michael's
Yeah.
theme is just
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I agree.
like it's fucking sick, dude. Like
That was one of the first things I learned how to play on guitar was ding 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 ding.
This is completely random, but it like makes me proud to know that I can do something. The first song I ever learned I wasn't how to play on guitar?
Oh.
Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card.
That sounds about
That's
right.
that's straight.
that's
true.
that is random.
I like
It's
Light
simple,
Up the
though.
Sky
It's
by
simple
Yellow Card.
though. It's just
Mhm.
dun, 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 dun. It's just simple. But I learned how to play it. So, little fun fact. Number 6 for you, Evan.
yeah.
Oh shit, 6 for me. All right.
Are those check marks? Not that I'm looking at
Yeah,
your list.
just so I can
Oh,
keep
that's
track of
actually
shit.
pretty neat.
So it's one of my favorites. I brought this one up to Jeff earlier. He said it's not really a horror movie, but I think it could be portrayed
Small
as
Soldiers.
such. Not Small Soldiers. Jaws.
No, Jaws is actually, if you look at a top 100 list,
I
Jaws
think
is
it
in there.
is. Jaws is one of my favorite movies, possibly of all time. I really don't have TV anymore, but when I would see it on TV, no matter where it's
Shark
at,
Week.
I stop and watch it, no matter where it's at.
Yeah, it's the
That
one
really
movie.
goes for all of them, but ultimately, like the first Jaws movie, I absolutely love
Like
it.
don't take offense to this because I get it. Like Jaws is a classic. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it falls more in like monster movie category.
I was thinking-
distant is that from Scary Movie? Does that make sense as a question?
Yeah, because it's usually like monster movies are more about destruction and stuff like that. Horror slasher movies are more of premeditated.
But I think it all depends on how you take your definition of the word scared. Because of that movie, it made people scared to go back into the water for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they
you know,
was
leprechaun,
dry.
you got a killer leprechaun. What's that?
They made me scared to eat
Rubber,
Lucky
you got a
Charms.
Killer tire.
Right.
This one's killer shark.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to detract from you. Like if it's,
Right.
if
No,
it's
yeah.
horror to you, it's horror to you. But I'm just saying, like to me, I feel like it's more on the monster side as opposed to.
Yeah, growing up, for the longest time, I didn't really associate it with Shark Week. I always thought scary movies, you know, Halloween. It became a staple to me, much like Freddy or Jason or
Right.
Michael.
Respect though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, completely. I agree.
And I didn't think it would be on anyone else's list, so I was like, perfect.
Oh, he's turned into a fucking competition.
It kind of is. I've been thinking
I mean,
of
it
one, but
is.
I'm-
That was kind of the kind of the
I mean,
role
more
idea.
for like the viewership. It's like, oh, they all had the same 5 movies. This sucks.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that was kind of my idea. Is like if they didn't make a list, we were gonna compete with our top 10 list, and then they were gonna grade it. That was kind of gonna be.
Oh, that's
What it was.
yeah. That's pretty good. I like
All right. So what? 6?
that. Yep. This is Small Soldiers.
No, it's not. It's
It's the new Cats movie.
it's actually already a repeat. It was VHS. VHS is my number 6. I love it. I thought it was a good movie.
Are you a big like found footage film kind of guy? Like,
So
I actually am.
I am until it got played out.
yeah.
I do
Right,
feel like
yeah.
it got played out, but these movies were hot, you know, back when, you know,
Yeah.
found footage was definitely the thing.
Yeah, Blair Witch fucked me up a little bit.
Oh,
The,
yeah.
the first paranormal fucked
the
me up.
dude just standing there, and
Yeah.
then the fucking camera
Yep.
drops. It's like,
Cause
right.
you gotta remember the story they
You talking
told.
about at the end where he's standing in the corner?
yeah, just facing the corner, and then
Yeah.
then the camera just fucking cuts,
Right.
like drops to the
Yeah.
floor, and it's like,
Cause,
and then
cause if you
credits,
wasn't,
like,
if you
dude.
wasn't like on your shit and like remember the story is she made you stand in the corner, and then you don't know what's going on behind you, so you still don't know what happened to Cuz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, just hypothetically speaking here, let's VHS. Let's just
sorry.
take the whole. No, you're fine. Let's just take the whole found footage aspect of it and say that it was shot like a normal movie. You don't get a lot of stories like the little short found footage stories that VHS is, because it's basically a bunch of mini movies is what it is, all smashed into one.
Yeah,
And you don't
anthology.
get stories like that, and it's the stories like that you wish could have been bigger and longer and got to see more of. And that was just one of those that wife and I randomly just saw it on Netflix one day, and like all of our friends, you know, basically more her friends, you know, all thought it was stupid, but like we loved it. And my fun fact was going to be about the whole professor, you know, put it all together. But yeah, that's my number 6.
I'm glad to share that one on our list.
Yes.
Again, for me, my number 6 classic that's been remade 1,000 times, but the original will always have a place in my heart. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That was initially on my list.
Arlie Ermey as the fucking sheriff, and fucking Leatherface just chopping motherfuckers,
Yep.
dude.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
original,
The
yeah.
very first one. And Arlie,
Where they
fun
were all
fact,
acting
Arlie
as a
Ermey's in the
family?
remake.
What?
Arlie Ermey's in the remake.
Dog. That remake that was my joint, just because they
It's
attempted the
good.
backstory thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of weak a little bit in honesty, but I loved it. I loved that whole series.
Yeah, it was had Jessica Biel in
Damn,
it.
I just
so
thought
that
of
was-
another movie
awesome.
that's not on my list.
I got dude. So many shits going through my head.
I'm
right
gonna
now.
do one honorable mention at the end.
I'm gonna do. Oh, can we do honorable mentions
Yes.
before our top one?
Yes.
Because I got one
Yes.
that's pretty ass. Like,
God damn it,
it's
I need to
it's
write
it's
it down.
shitty and it's
I'm
not
gonna
great,
fucking
but like
forget.
I've seen it a couple times, so I was like, I got to. All right, well, hit us with that 5, bro.
Yeah, I don't gotta look. Oh, boy.
Real quick, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Are you talking about the one from 2006? Mm-hmm. The beginning?
No, because there was a more
The
recent
original.
remake.
No, there was a remake with Jessica Biel in it from like mid 2000, like early
Yeah.
2000s.
So that was 2003 that she was in. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about with the shirt.
Oh, okay, that's not
Yeah.
what I was talking
Okay.
about.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
for
you're
it.
talking about
No, you said-
the newer one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
2010ish.
I was talking like the OG one.
I mean, that's the one he was talking about. But
Yeah.
I mean, as far as
It's
like
just
the
like the
dude
remake
Oh, you're
came
talking about
back.
the- yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
gotcha.
never mind. I might be spoiling somebody's list, but The Thing,
The
Oh, like
original or
Stephen
the
King's
remake?
The Thing.
the original, The
Yeah.
Thing.
No, I
Dude,
didn't
the
even have
remake
that.
actually wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
awful.
It wasn't.
Okay, so so there's a conspiracy theory about that movie too.
Oh shit!
At the very end,
White people always coming out with something.
so at the very end, Kurt Russell's in there with the other guy. I can't remember the other guy's name. But he's in there and he has the bottle of liquor, but that liquor isn't liquor; it's gas. And he gives it to the guy, and the guy drinks it, and that's why Kurt Russell smirks because he knows he's about to fucking die.
Yeah.
And like that's a big conspiracy theory. Like everybody thinks like that guy was the thing there.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, I just thought that was a really
like
cool
it.
fact.
I didn't have a fun fact. That shit just scared the shit out of me because I would be looking on the screen like, and the new one, man, the new one fucked me up too. Because even in the first one, I would be looking at the screen like, I don't trust that much. Like it plays into me not trusting what's on the screen. They be telling us heartfelt stories, man. I just don't know
The thing
sometimes.
is,
I'm
like,
just like
Among
lying
Us,
mother.
they're, like they don't
It's
know.
the-
That's
the-
exactly what that is. Oh man,
That's exactly what it is.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that dude's sus.
so fucking
Yeah,
sus.
that thing's sus. Yeah, that's
How do I know you're you?
Yeah, I actually like that. I like that. Schultz.
Yeah, no,
a
that
good
was
one.
actually a
No,
really
that-
good number.
yeah.
Number 5.
Yep.
All right, what you got for us, Evan?
The Cell.
I almost fucking put that on my list. God damn it! I was like that thriller horror.
Dude, I absolutely love that movie.
It's so
It's
fucking
trippy.
good,
It's a little
dude.
scary. It's,
Have you ever seen
it's
it, Qual?
gory.
All right,
It's-
so The Cell is basically like it's got Vincent D'Onofrio and Jennifer Lopez in it. She's
And,
a psychiatrist.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, yeah. So J Lo is a psychiatrist. Vincent D'Onofrio is a killer that they've got locked up. And
Vince Vaughn's the cop.
and there's a new technology where they can take her consciousness and put it into his, and his mind is so fucked up.
I don't fucking like this.
It's like they're like they basically transplant her into his mind, and it's so twisted. And they're trying to like find information on a missing girl in his brain.
Yeah, but like all the personalities that he has are all different, like characters, like monster
It's
type
fucking
shit.
insane,
I
dude.
feel like that's like an altered carbon Black Mirror.
It's so
put
good. I
together.
mean, we're talking like what
90s,
early 2000s, I
Yeah.
think.
Maybe late 90s.
Because
like,
I
it's
remember
been a
watching
while.
it when I was in like.
Can you fact check that,
middle
Michael?
School.
Yeah.
That movie's
That
so
movie
good.
will always stick with me. I love that movie. It's so good.
Dude, I almost fucking put it.
I ain't
and
even
was
heard of
like,
this shit. I'm like actually mad at myself.
I think you're gonna
I'm
be
sorry.
happy about the one I replaced it with, though.
Good. All right.
Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah.
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 2000 exactly.
Damn, we split the difference.
Yep. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
No, that
of a
movie's
shit.
awesome, dude.
Oh,
Like even
God.
artistically
So good.
speaking, it's killer. Like,
Oh, yeah,
It's,
there's-
it's a beautiful movie.
A lot of dark reds, a lot of greens
yeah,
and
it's
stuff. It's
very very
I
good movie.
love when movies do that. Like they ain't
Highly,
even gotta be
highly
horror
recommend.
movies, but when they just like aesthetically,
yeah.
just
if you
just-
can find it somewhere for like if you find a cheap DVD somewhere like $3, scoop that shit
Worth
up and
it,
watch
yeah.
it. It's worth it, man.
I will.
Very good movie.
Michael, what you got?
Number 5 for me is there's a story behind it, which is why it's there. Is going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning from 2006.
Okay.
And the reason that it is I had his best friend growing up. His name was Sam. He passed away a year later after we watched the movie. But I remember all of us being in the room together. It was me. I was dating his sister at the time, so it was me, her, him, and then his girlfriend Victoria. And like, it was part of the mid 2000s. There, a lot of movies were kind of cliche and stuff like that. You had that. You had The Hills Have Eyes. You had things like that. And
Nobody put that right.
What?
Hills Have Eyes.
No.
Okay, sorry.
So right, you had those cliche scary horror movies like that. But being 15 years old at the time, like we're invested in this movie, like, and out of nowhere, my buddy Sam's grandpa, because he lived with his grandparents, he had this like fiberglass type stuff on his windows. So his granddaddy thought it would be funny to literally
Oh boy.
go outside, crank up the chainsaw, and put it directly through Sam's window.
Oh,
Directly through the window.
Fuck no, dude.
Scared the fuck out of us forever.
I would have doodled on myself right there.
I
We
beat that dude's
were
ass, man.
I would've
screaming.
That's awesome.
I would have doodled on myself.
And Sam was one of the toughest guys that I knew. He was big. He was a jacked motherfucker, and he
there was
about
doo-doo everywhere.
shit himself. And
Oh, there was a nugget.
it was
It was a chicken nugget on.
one of my fondest memories of being able to hang out with him. But I just remember us watching that horror movie together. But the movie itself, I enjoyed the movie just because I get to go back and think about that.
All right. My number 5, Evan, this is one I was talking about. ABCs of Death.
Never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Never seen it.
I
That's a good
actually
time.
Evan turned me on to that movie. I would never.
So basically,
That
what
is a good
happened was the producers of that sent 26 letters to 26 different directors and said, make a horror movie based on this letter. So each director would take that letter and associate a word with it that kind of meant horror. And they would develop a 5-10 minute skit out of each thing.
It's like
like a
26 short
compilation.
films. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horror
it's
movie? Okay.
26 short films. And I remember the most fucked up one is it's a dark room. There's a bunch of guys in a circle. They're all in their chairs. They're all naked.
Great.
They have to.
Sounds like a good time.
They have to. There's a hole.
OnlyFans idea.
There's a hole. There's a hole in
I
the
need
bottom.
participants.
No, you don't want to do this. There's holes in the bottom of each chair, and there's a spike that is getting ready to go up. They have to jack off and finish in order to get free.
Welcome to the gulag.
And one guy, you're in the gulag.
Hold on. I got a question.
And everyone gets out except for one guy, and that spike goes through his asshole out the top of his head.
Whoa, that was not a short spike. It was a long spike.
That's a big boy.
So like,
Whoa.
but
Yeah.
I mean, would you actually like? Is it the worst death because you're already beaten? So I mean, it's. Like,
But you're beating in a room with like 50 other dudes.
oh yeah, it's not a good beat.
No, and then everybody already
Sometimes it
finished.
takes
So
like
like,
45 minutes to find a video. though.
Your ass be dead, and
Oh,
they probably don't even give you
I'd
no
be dead.
video.
I'm fucking picky.
but they're having to jerk off knowing that they're gonna die. Like, do you know how hard that would be?
I'm gonna be gay for
That's
the next
pressure.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
So that's a really fucked up
Yeah.
one.
That-
Hell
that-
no.
that-
What letter was it? Do you remember? Was it J for
J.
beat?
Jay.
J for beat.
No, it was something
remember.
random.
That movie
Like the words don't really associate with exactly
all.
what
is an
the skit
experience.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I agree.
I'm not
That-
watching that shit.
It's
I might watch that
It's
shit.
over the top.
And by the way, there's two of them.
There is two. Yeah.
There's
they
only
made a second
26
one.
letters in the fucking. What
They did it.
Uppercase and lowercase.
The Spanish alphabet, where they
Af-
got the
after you go
N
through the
with the
alphabet-
with the line over it.
After
Yeah.
you go through the alphabet, you do A, B, B, C, C.
Yeah, you got uppercase and
Yeah,
lowercase.
yeah.
So they get more dudes beat and then spike.
Oh yeah, double.
Oh,
Twice as many.
that's all right.
Twice as many dicks.
It's just
That's a sequel
It's-
for your ass, literally.
it's just
Only
dude.
if you can't
It's 26 short episodes that get continuously worse as it goes. And that the dick beating one is halfway through.
Man. All right, okay. I might watch that shit.
This shit's fucking solid.
It's an
dude.
experience.
It's disgusting. Do you remember the cartoon one in the bathroom?
It's bad.
oh god, it's so bad.
Number 4, Mr. Quill.
That's me.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up with number 4 too, Evan.
It's kind of a throwback. It's Halloween Rob Zombie remake part 2. The
All
part two
Oh,
that
that
he
was not
did.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy
Yeah.
the Rob Zombie.
That was the
Halloween
one where
remakes.
he was still he was back in the penitentiary, or is that the first one?
Now, that was the one where he was getting out the penitentiary, or he broke out that shit. Like basically, them redneck sanatorium guards was like fucking with him, and then he got out, and then he was. Oh man, and Danny Trejo was in that shit.
Love Danny Trejo.
Yeah, it's the one with Danny Trejo in it.
Whenever I hear the word sanitarium, I think of Scarface when he's like, "Oh, I told him I was in sanitarium. I told you to say sanitation, not sanitarium." Every time without fail, that's my first fucking thought.
I would save that word
He's
for
like,
you now.
"Oh, shit."
That's so good, dude.
Yeah, Rob
Yeah, because
Zombie.
they got him at the end of the first one, right? And then put him in the thing. Yeah. It's been a minute since I've seen the remake.
Damn, I'm remembering the end of the second one and not the first one right now. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I mean, dude. Some of these movies I haven't seen in.
A long
Years.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just ones that stand out.
the Babadook I only saw once.
I saw that shit twice.
Nah.
Oh, I'm so excited about my number 4.
Number 4,
Go
Mr. Evan.
Number 4.
Watch
All
me
right, man.
steal
This
yours.
one surprised me. This one, I went in there. I had wanted to see it. I was hoping it wasn't going to be like, fuck, what's it called? I don't know. I'll remember later. But anyway, The Woman in Black.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe was in a scary movie.
Bro, this movie
Is it dope? I'll write it down
is
if it's dope.
very good. I went in there with High hopes.
Not as good as Swiss Army Man, but it was
High
good.
hope. That was a good movie.
Is it Kimbo good?
I don't know. I want to see
Kimbo
that.
Slice?
I
Guns
went
and
into
Kimbo.
this movie with
He's an
high
alright
hopes
fighter.
but low expectations, and I ended up being surprised. So around this time, I had just gotten out of the Navy, broke. Me and my ex were living basically in our friend's garage with 3-month-old son, and we watched this movie one night, and I went to sleep. Everything was cool. I kept waking up in the middle of the night, and I had just like this weird feeling that like the woman was like in the garage. Like it mildly fucked with me.
Fuck no, dude.
It mildly fucked with me for a couple days, and I was like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, this movie's better than I thought that I gave it credit for after watching it. So, like, the fact that I watched it, enjoyed it way more than I thought I would, and that it stuck with me even after the fact makes me appreciate it way more. I think that's a solid, scary movie.
Hell yeah. No, I actually agree. That's different. Actually, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's Michael's turn. Tell us what you got.
Number 4 for me, honestly. The reason this is number 4 for me is honestly because it was probably the earliest movie that I can remember that actually mind fucked me. And it literally made me just scared to live my life, which was the original number 1 Final Destination.
Really?
For me, yeah, it's just death haunting over you, and any little thing you could happen. That movie came out in what, early 2000?
I do think of
03?
that movie whenever I get on a plane.
What'd you say? You said 2003?
I think it's 03. I'm taking a shit.
But just like every death in that one is fucking traumatizing. Like, was it Sean William Scott fucking hangs himself in the shower?
Yeah. Well, yeah, by accident.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the shot of him hung up and shit. That shit was fuck.
And then somebody's fucking like toaster goes off or
Right.
some shit. And, like,
Well, a
shoots
whole
metal.
like different types of things just start happening.
Yeah.
What year
The
was it?
first one came out in 2000.
So I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
I was 10 years old, and I probably watched it maybe a year or two later. But yeah, like it mind fucked with me. I was scared to do shit. But yeah, that's my mine.
Can't get on a plane, can't microwave food, can't shower.
Yep.
So fun fact about that movie is 90% of the characters in that movie are all named after other iconic horror people.
What?
Nice.
Okay.
Might drop a knowledge on your bitch
I'm
ass.
curious though, was that Devon Sawa's first movie since Casper? Oh no, that was Night of the Twisters.
Depends. Did that come out before or after Idle Hands?
It came out after Idle Hands. Oh, so yeah, he had a couple movies in between them.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, dude, everybody forgot about Devon Sawa. He's coming back though in some stuff, so I'm excited about that.
Sweet.
Jeff, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I want you to fuck us up with your number.
Yeah, that's what your number
My number 4
4. Yeah.
stars
I'm terrible
Gabriel.
hype man.
Number 4 stars Gabriel Byrne and Patricia Arquette in a little movie called Stigmata.
I
Never
forgot
seen
about
that
that
shit.
movie.
Never seen
It's about a girl. Basically, what the stigmata is a possession, but she experiences the same thing that Christ experiences on the cross. So the first thing that happens to her is she gets holes in her wrists.
Just wait, she just be chilling and then all
And then all of a sudden it happens.
What?
She gets
Oh, I
holes in
gotta
her
watch
wrists,
this movie.
I
then she
forgot
gets
about that
holes in her
fucking
feet, and then her head starts to bleed from the crown.
Yeah, that's literally the definition of the word. In Christianity, the appearance of bodily wounds, scars, and pain and locations
I'm getting fucking
corresponding
chills,
with
dude.
the
Yo,
crucifixion
hey,
of Jesus
hey,
Christ.
I gotta watch this shit. I'm gonna come back and be like, yo, Jeff fucked me
So
up. eh?
Patricia Arquette plays a hairstylist in New York. Gabriel Byrne is basically an exorcist. So they kind of like he finds her, and so like he's trying to work to help her out. And there's like her just battling this demon and him trying to help, and it's fucking. Oh,
I'm with it. I'm
it's
with it.
fucking. Oh god! Told y'all my 4 would fucking rule, dude.
He gave a boner.
Woo!
I got 2.
Hey.
I got a scary boner.
Number 3, Mr. Quill.
All right. We got Halloween, the newest one, 2018.
Oh, with the Jamie Lee Curtis coming back.
I was very surprised about that movie.
Yep.
It
need
wasn't
to
a
see that.
bad movie.
Mainly,
the trap was a little weird, but
No.
I mean, I liked it and how it was like used and shit,
Yeah.
but I mainly liked it for the little things that they put in it, and like his breathing at the very end in the fire, and just little cool shit they put in, and it's the same dude from the OG ones. Like that shit was tight.
What I loved about that movie was I
Edge of
think
us.
like probably like the first third of the movie, like she has a whole fucking setup. She's got guns of all kinds. She's got safe rooms. She's got grenades.
You thought John Wick? You heard Jamie, Curtis lady? Well, she was strapped down.
She was. I love that part. But no, it actually, like I said, it wasn't a bad movie. But I enjoyed it. It was fine.
Jamie Lee
I
Curtis
watched
said,
it.
"Don't tread on me." Click, click. I said, "Damn, white lady."
Yeah, she went hard in that one, man.
She did.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was nice to see her back in something again a little more relevant that actually piqued my interest.
Yeah, for sure.
Mr. Evan, number 3 for you?
Number 3, I'm going to go with the original Evil Dead.
What's that guy's name?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell, yeah. I actually had to explain to my wife that they actually, what kind of, is redone the right word into more of a comedic.
Yeah, so like the first 2 Evil Deads are more on the scary side.
Right.
Then they bust out Army of Darkness, and that's kind of when it becomes more of a comedy. And then they eventually came out with Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Ash vs. Evil
which
Dead,
was
right.
an awesome show. And
Yeah.
I'm really, really fucking mad that they canceled it after 3 seasons.
So what happened with him like going after Pokemon? Like he just couldn't do that anymore, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
But,
is the
Too many
one-
bad battles.
They actually added Ash, his character from the Evil Dead, as a playable character in the game Dead by Dawn. Dead by Daylight.
Dead by
Dead by
Daylight.
Daylight. Dead by Dawn was the second. Evil
As a
Dead.
good person? Or-
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, good person.
Which was the one of the Evil Dead where the little dead man was, "I swallow your soul, I swallow your soul," and he was twerking on the ground? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He was twerking on the ground.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Was it a
swallow
skeleton?
Yeah.
That was probably Army of Darkness. Because
That's
Army of
nice.
Darkness was more comedy
He's a
than
boy.
anything. And it's fucking great.
I had to switch my 3 up because it's been played out too much.
It's all good.
Actually, can I do a do? No, I'll do. No,
You can't do nothing.
I'll do it.
Add one to the honorable mention.
Okay. Yeah.
My honorable mention list keeps getting bigger because like we start talking about shit and then it's like triggering other movies that I forgot about
Yeah, it's like that.
or that I thought about and just didn't put on the list.
Yeah, it's like Fortunate Son starts playing and there's like horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me is actually going to be The Bride of Chucky.
The Chucky movies really didn't
No,
fuck
I'm
me
not
up.
making fun of you.
I'm making fun of.
No, I'm laughing because I'm just picturing Jennifer Tilly as the fucking bride. Chucky, like it's like that's all I can fucking.
The
hear.
only thing I think of aside
so
from
good,
Jennifer Tilly is the jokey ass sex scene that they did between Chucky
So,
Dude,
fun
like-
and the
fact.
bride.
It's
That shit made me laugh so hard.
I didn't mean to make fun.
No,
of
no,
shit.
you're not.
I
Well, the
did.
thing
I
about
meant
my
to make
movies, especially Final Destination, that thing just fell out of nowhere. That's creepy.
Poltergeist.
A lot of those early 2000s movies were when I was
I gotta move.
10, 11, 12 years old when all these movies came out. I wasn't even a teenager yet. So, like, these, like, either horrified me or mind fucked me or whatever the case may be. So that's why, like, a lot of these are on here for me because I am,
more of a
5 years.
personal list.
Right, more of a
Yeah.
personal list. Plus, I'm about 5 years younger than you are.
Yeah, late bloomer.
Yeah, late bloomer. Fun fact, going back to that sex scene, is I was reading up on it today. That sex scene was actually improvised by the two of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so they actually did that on the spot.
That was the weirdest fucking.
I have a
thing
question though. I need to ask
Team
this
America.
because this came out a couple years after that. How does Chucky and whatever her name is in the movie, The Bride of Chucky,
I forgot.
have sex?
Leave that to imagination.
And then they and then they have a kid who's British.
Oh,
No, he was.
Yeah, it was the seed of Chucky.
I don't know.
Hello, father.
I stopped watching them because I never got into it. I
Seed of
liked the
Chucky's
first
so
one, but
bad.
then like after that, I kind of.
But yeah, these were either horrified me, mind fucked me, or they're classified as horror movies,
Right.
and I just enjoyed them.
Yeah.
as
Did
a
anybody
movie.
see the remake?
That's what I was about to ask. Like, since
Oh,
Child
shit,
plays
it's
on both
already
the
out?
bars, like,
Yeah.
did you see the remake with Aubrey Plaza?
never
I have
saw that
not.
one.
No.
And
Yeah.
it's like Chucky.
And
Like,
hold on,
just Chucky, right?
I think there's a reason on why I didn't. It's starring Mark Hamill, right?
Yeah, Mark Hamill's the voice of
Yeah.
Chucky. Yeah.
I heard the reason that I haven't, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's it's a toy. It's not a doll. He's like a robotic toy. It's
Yeah, it's
mechanical.
like a-
it's
animatronic.
Teddy
Animatronic,
Ruxpin,
and that's
but a
why I
doll, yeah.
didn't was because it didn't appeal to me because all of your other ones he's a doll that has come to life through the consciousness of that guy,
Serial killer, yeah.
of that serial killer. But now it's a toy. It's animatronic. Like it doesn't really sit with me personally.
I don't,
mean,
I
I
don't
saw
think
it-
I don't think it's like such an extreme change.
Yeah, I saw it and wasn't too bad. It's more time relevant, essentially, and that's what a lot of remakes are. Is like they're just
Right.
redoing it with the times.
It's a little modernized.
Right,
Yeah.
a little modernized. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it's got Aubrey Plaza. I mean, come on. now.
She's
Right.
beautiful. I love her personality. Number 3.
All right, so I just had to switch my 3 up because it was Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was gonna go. I'm gonna save that for my honorable mention, but I wanted to switch it up. So number 3, Poltergeist.
Classic.
That is on my honorable mention
They're
list.
here.
Um,
Fun fact: these in the mud pit, those skeletons are real.
They are real.
Yeah.
Because getting real skeletons, was cheaper
Cheaper
than
than
buying
getting the plastic shit.
ones.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And the girl didn't know, so she just played it off as she was just acting.
Bam.
She had no idea that those skeletons were real.
I don't mean to pull Kanye here on you for a second.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
Let's finish,
Poltergeist
but
was the
hold on.
best movie
Just
of
one
all
second.
time.
Shudder is a horror. For those who don't know, is
Oh, that one's
Shudder-
good too. Aaron Eckhart, right?
No, the movie streaming. Shudder is also a movie streaming platform. It's $5 a month.
Is it good?
I don't know, but the
Oh.
reason that I bring this up is because with it being $5 a month, the wife and I actually just subscribed to it today. There's a documentary on there that you can watch. It's about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours long, about cursed movies, and it's a whole documentary on Poltergeist, The Crow,
Exorcist.
The Exorcist of Emily Rose, and like all the things that went wrong on set, and like how those movies were so hard to be made because things were just failing one after the other, and just kind of a behind the scenes
a lot of
look.
people died for no reason.
Yeah, like a lot of people died for no reason. So things like that. And then one of the things that were mentioned in the trailer of that documentary was the fact that the skeletons were fucking real because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
That's crazy to
But
think.
yeah, so it's actually, it's like I said, it's.
I think they got them from like a college.
Yep, you're right.
From from like the
It sounds like where they
Doctor-
learn autopsies and stuff like that. Yeah.
fucking, it's insane. Like
Yeah.
the whole concept of that movie is fucking crazy. Like the little old lady fucking creeps me out. The little girl in front of the TV, and then they go into the fucking TV to the whole movie's just a fucking mind fuck, dude. Have you seen Poltergeist, bro? I know you hadn't. Go see
Play
this
me
shit.
on camera.
Sorry, I didn't mean to, but I did. But we're gonna have to make a list of shit that you got to see.
I got the list down. I'm writing all this shit.
You put
I'm
Poltergeist?
willing-
Stigmata and yes sir.
I'm
Yes, sir.
willing to
But
have.
you got to do Stigmata first, though.
He said Stigmata and
I'm willing to
Poltergeist
edit
and
and
so-
put together a separate
already on the
playlist
server.
on our YouTube channel of us just sitting with Quell watching movies.
Yeah, take a survey.
Okay, so funny thing about
Take that
that.
shit off.
Take a survey and film off
Well,
of this.
Corinne,
watch it
Chris,
anyway, just
Corinne,
keep filming.
Chris, and I have talked about making a YouTube channel called Quell Reacts, and putting all kinds of shit on the TV
yeah,
that he hadn't seen.
I think that's a great idea.
I would edit that shit like a motherfucker.
Oh my god.
You down?
I don't think you'll have to edit it.
Yeah, I'm down.
He's down.
Yeah, I'm down. Just as long as y'all.
All right, well,
Y'all just gotta let me know when the chip is, because I know y'all gonna pull up on me with that hot chip.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna let you know that ahead of time because I don't want to
Okay.
do that to anybody that has to go to work the next day.
Oh, I'm gonna do something
you made me
crazy.
do it and go to work next.
I have to work the next day too.
Oh God.
I will
fair
never
enough.
do it again. I know the pain.
All right, hit us with your dub, man.
number
number
two,
two.
Mr. Quill.
All right, this one really should be my number one. Children of the Corn.
Stephen
one,
Stephen
yeah.
King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
on.
crazy story about that, but continue.
No, that's just it. That shit creepy as fuck, and
speaks
I don't
for
fucking
itself.
like that
Yeah,
movie. and
it's
I'm not
one of
watching
those
shit
movies
again.
that speaks for itself.
So when I was a kid, we were watching Children of the Corn, and I forget, there's a part where there's a barn right there, and whenever that part came up, lightning hit the house.
It hit your house.
House.
Oh, shit.
And it hit the satellite dish, and turned everything there's things satellite dishes back in, but it was a big one.
Man, I wasn't even trying
the one
to
that
play
like sat out in the middle of the yard.
No, it was on the roof.
Oh, it was on Earth.
But it hit the satellite dish, and it turned it all like green and purple on the TV. And I was like, we're gonna watch something else. I was like 10. My ass had to go watch some fucking like Ren
That
and
boy
Stimpy,
said, "Yo,
like,
when Clifford the Big Red Dog, come on, we gotta watch something wholesome."
fucking
When Little Bill on,
I miss
we watch
Clifford.
Little Bill. Black Lives Matter. Like, come on, where Little Bill at?
fucking Little Bill.
Little Bill.
That's Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a deep one. I like that
That is
one.
a good one.
Yeah, I'm not
Alright.
watching that shit no more.
All right, Evan, what you got, bud?
The Witch.
I don't know the witch.
I know it, but I don't know it.
I don't like nothing with witches in it though.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I didn't really care for that movie. It
It's
wasn't.
different.
I almost
as
thought
a-
Wicker Man for a second.
It's that's a good one.
The
It's not your typical scary movie.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't have. It has some jump scares, but it's not focused on jump scares. It's not really gory. It's more like the mystery.
Kind of like how the It
behind
remake
it.
is really focused on jump scares.
right, or even the Freddy movies focused heavily on jump scares. But The Witch is more like a mystery builder, like thriller almost. It's the mystery behind it, I think, that kind of gets it.
Yeah.
But I was so into it when it came out, and I really think it was well done. It did. I think it's better than a lot of people are saying that it is.
I've heard of it. It
It's-
escapes me.
It's
I can't.
it's one of those movies where if you don't have a good attention span or you get bored easily, you know, it's you got to kind of get through it.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And with that being said, like I said, it's not really a movie so much that I care for. But while I was making this list, I mean, I was watching, top 20, top 50 videos on YouTube. I was looking on Wikipedia. Like I was heavily doing my research here. And a lot of these movies, like that one, for instance, is one of those that always made the list. Like I said, it didn't appeal to me, but it definitely has struck some horror fans somewhere.
It's very well done, and it's not over the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's very realistic in the
And
way that
I'm
they do
gonna
it.
sounds
I'm gonna
scary,
call
I ain't
this
gonna
one
lie.
out just real quick, and hopefully nobody has it. Does anybody have Drag Me to Hell?
No.
Okay, that was another one that kept popping up on all of these lists, and I didn't care for that one either.
Yeah,
I
that
wasn't
one's-
really big
that
in
one's
that
tough
one.
to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Guess it's time for my number 2.
Come on, why you nervous?
Okay,
I'm just about to
so
blast his fucking balls on
yes, you are. This movie traumatized me as a kid. I'm 30 years old, and I still refuse to watch this movie because it's fucked up. The movie came out in 1984, and it really gives me anxiety thinking about it. That's why I'm picking my nails. Gremlins.
Bro, I love that movie.
What
My mom-
drink soda or something. And he used to party and shit. Right? Is that the movie I'm talking about?
No, Gremlins. You couldn't feed them after midnight, and they couldn't get wet.
They were all cute and cuddly, but then if you did do all that to them, they would kill you.
They turned into like devilish looking.
I
ghouls and stuff.
absolutely love Gremlins.
What the fuck am I thinking?
Gremlins are so cute, even when they're like bad.
I wanted to get Gizmo tattooed on me for the longest time.
So, did nobody sibling have a Furby?
Yeah, I had a Furby.
Yeah.
And that bitch didn't go off in the middle of the night?
I don't got no siblings.
I mean, I had friends
no
that had
Furbies in
Furbies.
my house.
Yeah, single.
We had Power
I had a
Rangers.
Furby, but I'm a very heavy sleeper.
only child.
Oh my god, no. I watched that movie and then my sister got a Furby and the bitch would just go off randomly.
Come here, man. Come here.
It's so bad.
I thought he was about to pull
One
up
of his
with some
most feared
Exorcists.
movies is like I love that
Fucking
movie.
adorable and
Yeah,
shit.
I love that movie so much.
I can't. Fuck that movie. Can we please go to your number, Dub?
Well, okay, yeah, we can do my dub. It's was on your list as well, Michael.
Okay. Awesome.
The Saw franchise.
Bet.
But it's the thing I like about Saw was it was the masterminding of everything, the intricacy of the traps, and the reason that he did, like the people that he chose.
Right.
They were very specific. There were very
Yeah.
exclusive reasons why he chose certain people.
And he broke it down to them like
And why? Yeah.
yeah.
that shit.
And then also fucking the gore, dude. The gore, dude.
The Donnie Wahlberg smashing his foot to his bone to powder so he can get it out of that shackle was like my favorite scene out of all of them.
One of my favorites was from Saw, I think 2. The guy wakes up and he's got the bear trap mask, and the key is behind his eye.
That one was awesome.
And he gets in there, and as soon as he does, the time runs out, and he's
yeah, that and then the when that one guy picks that chick up and throws her in the pit. With
all the dope
the
needles and
yeah.
all the
shit.
syringes.
Yeah.
Also, my favorite fucking trap is also from Saw 2. It's the female lieutenant. She gets captured and she gets strung up, and he attaches basically like the rib remover.
The angel.
Oh,
The angel trap.
I
And
forgot about
that one is so, and this is going to sound so fucked. I'm not a psycho, but it is it is the most beautiful execution I've ever seen in a horror movie.
That was really
No,
awesome.
I want to go off about what you just said. And that's the really cool thing about the whole Jigsaw franchise is those traps and shit that they came up with were just bizarre and out of this world. And I never would have been able to thought of any of that.
Yeah.
So no, I completely agree. And I think that's super awesome. That's your number 2.
Even the one that Chester Bennington was in, that trap that he had to deal with, I think that was like Saw 5 or something. I can't. It was later on in the franchise, but basically he's in a car. There's a buddy in front of him that's strung up. He's glued to the driver's seat. There's a girl up underneath the car tire, and the car is getting ready to go off, but he has to peel himself off the seat, and it's ripping his skin off.
Yeah.
And he doesn't make it in time. The car drops. The girl's head gets fucking exploded from the tire. He fucking rams through the guy that's hung up in front of him, and then he hits a car, and it fucking launches him through the windshield of the car that he hits. And it's just like, who would have even fucking thought that was going to be a thing? Like the setup for that trap is just incredible. And then the fucking girl who has to her hands are trapped in the box. And the key's in acid.
That one pissed me off, man. That trap in particular made me angry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's ways. Like, there's a YouTube channel where he basically breaks down all the ways that they could have gotten out of all these traps. And I'm like, now that you say it, like, it makes sense. But
in
like
the moment and when you're in panic mode, you don't really think of these things.
Exactly. Like, it's every single trap, whether you like the storyline or the characters or whatever, irrelevant. We're talking about like the way the traps are set up, why he chose these people, and every execution is just fucking played out beautifully. Like, and I know that sounds really psychotic, but it's the way that it's the design. If you look at movie making and the way that it's set up, it's actually a work of art, really. I mean, I know like most people aren't fans of the franchise after like the second one, but I mean,
I love
my
how
argument.
the whole story came together towards the ends. I mean, I enjoyed it.
I never finished the franchise.
All right, we have now come to our number ones here. We're doing number ones first, and then we're gonna hit with honorable mentions.
Honorables.
Okay. So Quill, start us off, man. What is your number one horror movie for your top 10 list here?
Number 1 is super cheesy, but it's my favorite horror movie of all time. I'll watch it 100 times. Friday the 13th, 2009 remake.
Oh, that one's actually dude. He beats the shit out of that girl in the sleeping bag.
Dog,
God.
He was doing woodwork.
Oh yeah,
That boy was, and not the fun kind.
I like that movie.
And not the fun kind.
That boy, he was going ham, and then at the end, at the end of the beginning, it cut right before it cut to the title. He was running up on dude with the axe, and he was boom, 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 and then this the first. I think this is the first Jason. This boy is vocal. That boy was doo doo doo. That boy said, "Rrr." I was like, that's an angry white man. And then that shit said, beginning of the movie, Friday some numbers. I said, yeah, God, I'm watching this bitch.
Oh.
As far as horror remakes go, that one's actually really fucking
That's
solid.
my favorite horror movie, dog. Like all that bullshit it did, like in the beginning and all that, and the dude shows up on a bike, and that shit got some titties, a couple of little ones.
It does got some
It
titties.
was wonderful.
All right, so I don't want to be too selfish because I know I'm pulling two for my honorable mentions. If you guys want to go ahead and think of another one, if you don't already have two, let's do that. Just kind of like get ahead of it. But I do love your number one, dude. That's because I've seen that a couple times. It's really good.
Favorite shit.
I hope we all have good number ones.
Oh, fuck y'all up.
All right, Mr. Evan, what you got for us? Hit us with the
number
big bang.
one on my list would be The Shining.
Well done.
Oh,
It's
damn.
all right.
Absolutely love that movie. Just overall, the story, Jack Nicholson's performance, they traumatized Shelley Duvall in making that movie.
They fucked her up
it's-
bad,
It is a
dog.
crazy, even though
It is.
it's not really true to the book adaptation, it's a phenomenal classic horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no argument.
No, sorry.
You got argument?
I hate that movie.
I mean, I don't like it. I mean, it's.
Is it 'cause
I
when
didn't
he's
like
in,
how it
when he's
wrapped
in the
up.
snow, he's like,
But there's just nothing entertaining to me about that movie. It's not entertaining. to me.
"Here's Johnny."
I'm not gonna say that it's a bad movie. It's not entertaining.
I don't
just
like how
care
they
for
did
it.
the black
Whatever,
man.
Gizmo.
Oh,
Are you talking about the guy that oversaw the hotel? The
yeah,
concierge guy?
man, they did him
Yeah.
dirty. He was the only black man.
Bro,
in
the
the
depth
whole,
of that movie's crazy.
No.
Hey, Quill, scoot in just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want him to think I'm trying to put the black man outside the camera.
No, they'll flame your ass.
Yeah.
You can. There you go.
Shit, they're gonna shut down our whole fucking channel.
But no, like with that being said, and me not really caring for that movie, other than it being a cult classic, I would love to go stay in that hotel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
100%.
no, I would.
100%. I would pay money to go stay in that hotel.
You're
Ooh,
gonna
I'm
have to.
bringing a
It's a
whole
hotel.
box of Furbies for your black
You're
ass.
gonna have to. It's a hotel. It's a fucking recession right now, dude.
Okay.
Where's the lie?
No, I think that's. I mean, like I said, it's a cult classic. A lot of people love that movie, including my wife. That's her favorite number one of all time. I don't. That's just all it is.
You think
It's
it
a
might
classic.
just be your attention span? It's a long movie.
Yeah, it's like 2.5
I know
hour
what the
movie.
premise of the movie is. He goes to the hotel because he has writer's block. He ends up getting tormented and possessed by the horrors inside the hotel, and he ends up trying to murder his own family in the snow, and he loses.
I feel like Evan
That
about to
sounds
shit
pretty
on your
scary.
whole shit.
And then there's like blood on the door and the dance floor.
And then there was two
know
little
you
girls
couldn't
for
help
no
yourself.
reason. What was they doing? They
Dude, the
been
whole
past
axe
bedtime.
scene when he's fucking
Exactly.
chopping through the door and
Improvised, actually.
yeah,
That's
the
cool.
No
whole
shit.
red rum thing, the twins.
But the second one, Dr. Sleep, I really enjoyed it because, like I said, it told a lot more of that story. And just when I thought Dr. Sleep was about to be over, it actually kept going, and I was like, "Oh shit!" They actually went back to the hotel. Like, and it's Dr. Sleep's a good movie, and I think Shining is
I need
a
to check out Dr. Sleep.
respectable. I think it's a respectable number one. That's my take on it.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, that's solid. That's a good lock in for sure. Well, what's your win-win right there? What's your number one?
So my number one, honestly, because I feel like one, it's a classic. I feel it's why we have what we have a lot today, and I feel that it is the movie that started that all black men die in a horror movie,
God.
which is the original Night of the Living Dead.
Really?
He got through that whole fucking movie, and then he gets shot because they think he's a zombie and dies. That just shows that every black person is always going to die in a horror movie.
But that was the beginning of us learning a lesson. Don't get attached just because he black and he doing well.
Hey, Jordan Peele's switching the game up though. Get out. He got out. bro.
He's our great black hope.
He is.
I agree 100%.
wants-
Oh, no,
with
he's
that.
the
wants to
he's
make
the
a-
great black pope.
He wants to make a Gargoyles movie,
Is he
and I
Catholic?
fully support it.
Yeah, with his mindset, I fully
Non-religious.
support that.
All right.
But with that movie being said, that's my number one, just because it's a classic movie, and it was one of those movies that I went in thinking to myself, I don't really do black and white movies. I really don't watch a whole lot of movies from way back in the day, But for one particular movie like that to keep my attention span and be like, wow, this is actually super like entertaining, and it's why we have a lot of what we have today, and a lot of directors have learned off of that movie and went by that movie. And I feel like that movie has a code, and I think I think it's a respectable, really good movie.
Yeah, Romero is like the Kurosawa of horror movies.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so
That movie's on my list, so I support your number one.
I've never seen Night of the Living Dead.
wait, I thought that was on your.
No,
That was my list.
Evan's
Oh, that
list.
was your.
That was
I thought
out.
it was your list. That's why I was looking at you. Oh shit. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah.
Nope. I seen Shaun of the Dead.
I know we look alike.
So that's why I'm sitting here like telling you to end that movie in like confidence. But
No, you was looking at
So
me. I was like, he really want me to watch this shit.
no,
He
well,
knows I ain't seen.
So what happens is the sunlight comes up. They can finally come out of the house. The cops are surrounded, because there were zombies everywhere. And he walks out the house. Well, the cops thinks he's a zombie, and they murder him.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to spoil the ending for you.
No, it's all good. Now we got
That
a
movie's
march
50
for
years
him.
old. It's fine. Or 60 years old.
You
It's
had
good.
plenty of time.
Yeah, it's been out for a little bit.
All right. Our last but not least, number one from Mr. Jeff. Drum roll. What you got for us?
The Blob. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
I was about to say the fuck.
Small soldiers.
No, yes.
Flubber.
It's a little movie back in 2000s starring Shannon Elizabeth, Tony Shalhoub, Matthew Lillard, 13 Ghosts. One of the best goddamn horror movies on ever been fucking made.
Never seen it.
Never seen that shit.
Wow.
All right, so basically,
Wow. It's a good
okay,
one.
so I told you I'd fuck y'all up. All right, so basically, the movie is Tony Shalhoub is a descendant of this guy that is a millionaire, and he collects ghosts. But these ghosts are based off the Black Zodiac. So basically, the Black Zodiac is people that died very specific ways, and they haunt. So there's like the angry princess. She was fucking stabbed and slashed up by like an ex-boyfriend. And then there's like the mother and son. There was like a murder-suicide type thing with that.
Oh yeah, just specific.
Very, very specific.
And he
things.
collects those.
He collects them, and they're trapped in this house. And there's like puzzles and shit that they have to solve, and like there's murders happening to these people that are in there. And it's fucking
watch that
it's
shit.
so good.
I watch that shit because I respect you.
I haven't
think,
seen it in a very, very long time, but it is a very good movie.
liked it. Yeah, it's
It's pretty gory too.
yeah, it's pretty nasty, man.
That's fine. I'm grown.
No, I was saying it, but if you go back and look at if you Google Black Zodiac, you can read each individual story, and it's
That's deep.
yeah, each one's fucking gory. There's the jock. I think he was in a car wreck or something. I can't remember exactly. And there's like this. They have the lady. She's in a cage. She's like the Jackal or Jekyll. It's an old witch lady, and her head's in a fucking steel cage.
No
I
shit.
think I'm gonna watch that probably next day or two.
I feel like watching that as well.
What you watching? 13 Ghosts?
13 Ghosts.
Invite me over.
Okay.
Bet.
Well, everybody, I think everybody here had a somewhat respectable list, and everybody, I believe, had a respectable number one. But I think now, before we log off here, I think we all have a few honorable mentions that we want to go through just for a quick second. Quill, you want to kick us off with a couple of your honorable mentions?
I don't, because I don't have no honorable mentions.
You got one that didn't make your list that you wanted to put on there,
One
or
that
that
maybe-
you thought about, or
Just Jeepers Creepers 2.
That
If I had to pick one.
That was the bus one, right? That was one
Yep.
on the bus. That's probably my favorite Jeepers
yeah,
Creepers.
they're just
was
like
the bus
stuck
one.
on the bus the whole movie, right? For
Yeah.
the most part.
Yeah, but the way
Yeah.
he gets pinned in that fucking tree.
Yeah.
I got
was-
enough honorable mentions
What you
for
got?
both of us.
Go ahead.
Oh, I
All
got,
right.
Yeah, I got a few.
Evan, hold me down, bro.
Okay, so
right.
to start this off,
Fucking life
the,
jacket.
the movies that I said may not necessarily be horror movies. One of them kind of is, but fucked me up as a kid. That just didn't make my list. Was The Blob and The Predator. I happened to see those when I was very, very young. So The Predator, I was worried, was in the corner of my fucking room, like at the top, like invisible, just like fucking watching me.
He is.
And at the time,
and it was like,
come on, do it. There was it wasn't the original Blob that fucked me up. It was like a modernized one. I was in like fifth grade, or not fifth grade. I was in first grade at the time. It was like some teenagers take a wooden raft out on the water, and the Blob is in the water, and it's just like killing them while they're on the raft. I slept on a wooden futon back then. So that kind of fucked me up.
Mm-hmm.
So those two, The Strangers,
Oh.
Christine, Carrie, Poltergeist,
Oh, I forgot about Carrie Black Eye.
The Original Exorcist, Paranormal Activity, Get Out, and The Conjuring.
Solids.
And then I had
Conjuring
a
up.
special dishonorable mention because it's the worst horror movie I've ever seen in my life.
Talk
called
shit, bro.
Gourmet Zombie Chef from Hell. Absolutely
That- that-
fucking
that-
terrible.
Fuck gourmet
Bro.
thing.
Yo, me and my
That
aunt
was
went to like an old movie store and we just picked like one of the worst fucking horror movies that we could find, and we were right.
It was bad.
That's like when people are like, oh, Sharknado looks horrible.
Yeah, or like Velocipaster. It's bad.
They actually did make that. I thought that was just an image on the internet that I thought was
Oh
hilarious.
no, it's
Yeah, no,
fantastic.
That came from
If
real
you want to
life.
laugh, watch Velocipaster.
Put that on my list right
It is 100% worth
Art
it.
imitates real life.
Okay. So that's your honors
Yep.
and dishonor.
Honorable and dishonorable. All right.
All right, cool. So honorable mentions for me. Honestly, I have not seen these movies. Honestly, just because looking at the trailers, I can already tell you they're mindfuck, and I refuse to watch them. Not so much from a horror standpoint, but just from a mindfuck standpoint. Are the pill movies, the Get Out and Us. I won't watch them. He is talented. I think that if I were to actually sit down, I would probably love them. The fact that he's this comedic guy on the side that makes some really funny damn skits, but then you can put him in a director's chair and he can like make up this shit, and they are critically acclaimed movies that are on top 100s list. Like, I find that fascinating. I think it's super cool. But for me to look at those movies, I couldn't do it.
I thought Get Out was really good. Us is
sus.
I like Get Out.
it was good, but
I
it
didn't-
was kind of
Yeah, no,
a
Get
little
Out's
over the top. It was pretty crazy, but I don't know. It's story wise, it kind of lost me. But I think Get Out was very, very good.
Another one, like you said, the whole Conjuring franchise, whether it's The Conjuring.
Is it Annabelle part of that?
Annabelle is
it
part of
is,
that.
and that's my beef with it. Like Conjuring 1 dope, Conjuring 2 dope. Everything else that they tie to that shit is bad. It's bad.
Was that Wan? The director, James Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Nun was part of that as well.
Yeah,
like
bad.
the whole that whole franchise. Like,
Yeah.
I thought I loved all those. The wife and I actually saw every single one of those in the theaters. And I'm pretty sure that's about.
Wait. I don't think The Conjuring is the one I was thinking of. Hold on.
Oh, while he doing that, and I don't mean to cut you off, I do have an honorable mention
What's that?
I completely forgot about. Small backstory. I've never seen it, and I really, really wanted to see it. But everyone that I talked to about seeing it, they said, do not fucking watch that movie. And it's Requiem for a Dream.
That's
Oh.
actually in that's in my favorite movie bracket.
That's actually a really good movie.
It's not even like it's more of like an emotional mindfuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they told me just don't fuck
That's
with that shit.
that's in my top 10 favorite movies.
It's probably Jared Leto's best movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might watch that shit. May end up different.
I have to agree with that.
I think
but-
I think I have the DVD.
Bet. Hey, the plug. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just
No,
remembered.
I think honestly those are two. The whole Conjuring franchise with The Nun and Annabelle, The Conjuring, and then his movies, and I mean really that's about it for me. I'm gonna wrap mine up here. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I got about 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the shit on me one first.
All right.
Done.
Is it Gremlins?
Yes.
All right.
Terrified. House of Wax.
It's pretty bad.
I like that movie
Yeah.
I like that movie.
I wasn't-
I mean, I don't think it's one of the great.
No.
It's
It's just
but it's a fun movie to watch.
yeah. It's Paris Hilton. So like you kind of take it at face value. But if
Right.
you
One
you
Night in
kind of
Paris, baby.
Literally.
if you exclude her from the whole scenario, like
Right.
it's a pretty solid movie. So that one, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake with what's his name? The guy that played
Wasn't it the guy that played
Rorschach
yeah,
from Watchmen.
Rorschach from Watchmen?
Because
forgot
it
his
actually
fucking name.
gives you the Freddy backstory.
What's the year on that? You know.
2000 and early 2000s. Like
Bet.
Mm-hmm.
it's got him.
I'ma jump back.
Katie Cassidy's in it.
Mm-hmm.
really solid like story. It was really cool how they did his makeup. It was a little bit different. It wasn't like just the shitty 80s 90s version of Freddy that you know.
I did see a bit of that, and they gave that backstory. I fucks with that one.
Yeah, because like it showed like how like he was accused of being a
Yeah,
pedophile.
being
So like
nasty.
they came and like burned his shit down, and he got caught in it. So that one's really good. The Fly.
That's it.
Dude, that's a highly rated movie.
That is a very
Yeah.
highly rated movie.
Isn't it a dude that he turned into a fly?
Yep. Last
Tried
one.
to like
I
it.
cannot finish this movie.
Resident Evil Biohazard.
I get it about halfway through, and it fucks with me, and I don't even believe in this shit.
What a
The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Mm.
Also, on another point, The Taking of Deborah Logan. I forgot I got 5.
Why they got these names with like specific people and shit
Because they're based on actual events.
of those people?
Yeah.
Oh, they put me on. Hold on. Say, Emily
House on
Rose
Haunted
and
Hill's good. Amityville Horror.
Oh, dude, House on Haunted Hill is so fucking good.
Casper.
That should have been my number one.
Gremlins is a fucking kids movie, bro.
It does have a PG rating.
I was a child.
Yeah, you
But-
should have been fine.
But you grown now.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
How much are Furbies?
$7.
Fuck
bro, go on eBay. You can get a lot of them, like a lot.
It's almost
All of
Christmas.
them.
You want to go half on a?
Actually, The Noise. If anybody's ever seen that. So The Noise was actually about it was about a woman who she was a writer. She was home alone. I think her girlfriend was out for the night or whatever. But she's deaf, and this guy is like tormenting her from outside the house.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I hear you.
She's dope. Like yo, that's deaf, son.
Oh shit! Like
That's-
Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
Def
Shit.
Yeah. So like she has
Squad.
to find this way to like be able to kill him and get away from him, but she's fucking deaf at the same time. So like it's pretty good. It's on Netflix. It's called The
Oh,
Noise.
Okay.
Mothman Prophecies.
That's a good one. I
What
thought
the
about that
fuck?
earlier when I was making the list.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
No.
Richard Gere.
Oh yeah. So basically, we could have made 2 separate lists if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was hard to boil it down. I'm glad
Yeah.
you said 10. It
Yeah.
definitely was hard to boil that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have so many that I like.
Yeah. I mean, it's just because there's movies within franchises as well too.
Yeah.
Like Nightmare on Elm Street. Obviously, the first one's amazing, but like 2, 3, 4.
That's why if
they're
I
all
did a
good.
franchise, like I was trying to find that one from that franchise.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
have just lumped the whole
Which
fucking
is
franchise.
what
in.
I kind
It's
of really
hard to
like
do
too
that,
is like
man.
we all like this like the same franchises, but we also like different aspects within those franchises. So like whether it be like the third one in or a remake or a remake of a remake, like there was always depth to each franchise.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like a blanket statement.
And like with like Michael in particular from Halloween, like the Rob Zombie shit, he coined himself as a reimagination. That's why he did all that backstory stuff. Like Michael as a character doesn't have that backstory on purpose to like spice up the
Right.
mystery. So like
Yeah.
to lump it in within the franchise of him not having a backstory is almost disingenuous.
There's
you know?
actually one movie. I forgot what it's called. I forgot who is in it, but they make it to where it looks like it's all shot in one shot, the whole movie, like one sequential shot.
Fuck, I know what you're talking about.
I don't remember if it was Elizabeth Olsen. Or
It was.
not. Was it?
Yeah. It's
She's like in a house
yeah.
the whole time, and it's crazy the way that it's shot.
fuck, I cannot remember it. As soon as you say it, I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. I've been trying to sit here and think of it, but I could not think of it.
I don't know. Who in it?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Is that one of them Olsen twins?
Silent
Yeah,
House.
the youngest one.
Silent House.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
Is
a
it-
good one.
Is it good or is it trash?
It was pretty good. It was all right.
I know we're not doing thrillers too much, but there's 2 that really stand out to me.
The music video, Michael Jackson.
Yes.
It's close to midnight.
The House at the End of the Street,
Bro, that girl's so fine.
and Disturbia. Those are 2 of
Disturbia
my,
is a good one.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, that
Yeah,
was
I feel like thrillers could be their own
Yeah, we
list
should,
of must.
yeah,
I love
we should definitely do a
thrillers, man.
thriller episode.
Limit me to
all
5.
thriller, no filler.
All right, everybody. Well, I think that about wraps it up for our spooky edition here on the Rundown Podcast. I really enjoyed this. I learned a lot about everybody. Definitely, I think everybody learned some new movies that they needed to go check out. Does anybody got anything want to say before we log off for the night?
I learned I need to get some Gremlins.
I know what you're getting
Furbies.
for Christmas.
Oh boy, bag.
So
of 'em.
excited.
No, I'm good.
I just wanted to get like a Jack in the Box, but a Furby pops up. Out of the
Yeah.
box.
You trying to give me another stroke?
Oh, hey, man.
I mean, I wasn't there for the last one.
Thank you, everybody who tuned in and watched. Please have a wonderful and safe Halloween.
For real.
And we will see y'all next time.
Check your candies for razor blades.
Bye.